vlog again. Sorry it took me a little, well, plenty long to put out another vlog. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, maybe like a month and a half or so. I promise you I'm going to try to vlog a little bit more often, trying to pack down my schedule so I could vlog more. For the past couple of weeks, everybody's been talking about domestic violence against women, any kind of violence whatsoever against women, and if you ask me, it's been really getting out of hand. There's been radio programs about it. A couple of entities have been speaking out about domestic violence against women and any kind of violence against women. And you know, when something happens in this country, there's always a domino effect. Let me recollect back to this lady who got stabbed several times. Her 1-year-old daughter was injured in that, and well, she didn't survive, of course, at the hands of a man. Following that really rocked us. But the one that really threw us over the edge as a nation was Monique Clark, if memory serves me correct off the top of my head, in a place that should be a place of rest. You're in your bed, you're lying down, it's your place of peace. She was set on fire, and her son helped to put her out. She later on succumbed to her injuries. That one really rocked us, because who could believe that anybody could do something like that? In the newspaper, he said, you know, when we go to court, you'd hear the true story. And I just want to, like, I don't know. I mean, these ladies left behind children. Her sister, in what I would call bravery, spoke out on radio and television, encouraged women, if you know you're going through any kind of abuse whatsoever, get out, because the time that you do not get out might just be the last time that you're alive to even say anything. And that was very brave of her, and I commend her so much for encouraging women to get out of any kind of abuse that they're going through. Following that, now we saw where these 3 young ladies, this is violence by women against women, none of them are even 20, were charged with murder for stabbing another young lady. And I just shook my head in that one, because I couldn't even understand. It's like they all had their lives ahead of them. Now they're facing murder charges, and one family is without their daughter, and she's in her 20s. She had her whole life ahead of her. I don't understand. Following that, now another woman got chopped up at a shop at the hands of a man, and now she has to do surgery on her body to get everything back up and running the way it's supposed to. And I just gotta shake my head, because the Gender Affairs Division came out and spoke. I know very few political entities came out and spoke, but I was looking forward to seeing, you know, the big entities come out and say, hey. And I didn't see it. I was looking forward to seeing the Christian Council come out and talk. I was looking forward to seeing more politicians, the big wigs, everybody come out and say something against domestic violence, because it is getting out of hand. And let's face it, I mean, the way things are going, I don't know. I mean, women gotta start looking out for women, and men gotta start looking out for women, because that could be your sister, your auntie, your grandmother, your daughter, somebody for you that somebody is laying hands on, and that might be the last time that they actually lay hands on that person. And it's easy for a man to think, oh boy, let me do something. But the minute you think, you know what, I'm gonna do her something, that's the time for you to leave. The minute that a woman is in a relationship and you get laid hands on the first time, and it's easier for us to say get out, but honestly, you need to get out. You need to get out for your sake, you need to get out for your kids' sake. And I know some women stay in this situation because of financial problems, or, you know, you're dependent on the person for finances. But as the Gender Affairs Division has spoken out, find somebody, find them, they'll be able to help you with whatever the case is. I know there's Marian House. Find a way to get out. Now hear this now, right? After that, Searchlight newspaper, Friday, September 15th. Pastor on sex charge with an 8-year-old girl, and he has a wedding band on his finger. And I'm like, what can you get from an 8-year-old? She's not even developed. What's wrong with you? Well, not you, but what's wrong with the pastor who would do that? Church is a place of solace, a place where you go to trust people. How is this 8-year-old now supposed to trust another pastor to say, well, something's happening, I need help? You know, I back up the Searchlight newspaper. Man jailed for domestic violence. Now, when I read this, I felt some semblance of hope. Chief Magistrate Rishan Brong Matthias dealt with this man. I was very happy about that. And I hope that all the magistrates, when they get domestic violence cases against them, against any woman, deal with them hard. Put on the full force of the law. Now listen to this, right? Last Monday, remember I'm reading from Friday, September 15th, so right. So it wouldn't be last Monday. Last Monday, a resident of Redemption Sharps was jailed for 9 months after he pleaded guilty to assaulting his girlfriend and causing actual bodily harm. When Calvin Milk Edwards of Redemption Sharps appeared at the Serious Offences Court on September 11th, Chief Magistrate Rishan Brong Matthias heard that on Monday, September 4th, Woods assaulted his girlfriend, Shani Gonsalves, during a domestic dispute. Reported that the two have been in a relationship for over 1 year, and on that day in question, at around 8:30 p.m., the two were at their home when several condoms fell from Edwards' pocket. An argument ensued, and Edwards is said to have struck his girlfriend several times in her face and other body parts, injuring her. The matter was reported to the police, and Edwards was arrested. In defense, Edwards, who was not represented by a lawyer, told the court that although he struck Gonsalves, he was only defending himself as she had a knife and had stabbed him several times. She stabbed me, she tried to kill me, Edwards told the court, volunteering to show his wounds, to which Brong Matthias objected, stating that she did not want to see the wounds. Edwards then informed the court that his girlfriend was outside, and when summoned, Gonsalves came into the court and stood in the dock. The chief magistrate asked Gonsalves if she wanted to be in court, but Gonsalves said no. She was asked who told her to come to court, and she said Edwards told her to come to court. Continuing on another page. Edwards was asked why he told Gonsalves to come to court, and he said that he thought she had to, but the chief magistrate said Gonsalves did not have to come to court and chided Edwards for telling her that she had to come to court. So you carrying on the court now, Brong Matthias asked Edwards, men supposed to be protectors. I love this magistrate, because that was exactly my point. Men are supposed to protect their women, not beat them up and make their life miserable. Anyway, men supposed to be protectors, not abusers. You can't beat up somebody and expect them to love you. Exactly my point. She came here and she did not want to be here. A few weeks ago, a woman died. Women are being killed almost every Monday morning, Brong Matthias commented. You see my point. Chief Magistrate added that where Gonsalves was struck, there is a thin line between life and death. You want to choke the life out of women? Asked Brong Matthias. Actually, that should be woman, asked Brong Matthias, adding 9 months. Sit down. Senior prosecutor Adolphus Delpech supported the chief magistrate decision. He must go to prison, Delpech commented. I love this magistrate, and so I hope that this is a stance that all magistrates take. Women can't be getting beat up, knocked down, killed, all kind of stuff, and then what? Nobody's doing anything about it? And then you can't beat up somebody and say, oh, I love you, and expect them to forgive you. You don't love somebody and you're gonna beat them up. You're supposed to be a protector of women. Come on. Now, here's a strange twist to this story. I couldn't believe my eyes, and this is the problem that police are having, right? But in a strange twist to the story, after the case had been heard, when asked by a journalist if she was satisfied with the court's decision, this is Gonsalves, Gonsalves said she had actually come to court to beg for leniency on her boyfriend's behalf, but got scared when she was called into the courtroom. Gonsalves said she was intimidated by the atmosphere in court because she had never been there before, and as a result, she could not say what she wanted to say. It was also revealed that she did in fact stab Edwards, and although he had been given injury forms to fill out, he did not fill them out or return them to the police. Gonsalves said she's exploring the option of getting a lawyer to file an appeal on her boyfriend's behalf. But where the jail is this? I really want to say something else, but where the jail is this? So he beat her up, and now she wants to beg for leniency on his behalf. But where the bumba? And this is a problem that police are facing. On one hand, we want to beat up the police that when women call them for help. And I know of a few ladies I've interviewed, and they've said that they've reported matters to the police didn't come, didn't do anything, and so I know sometimes they're guilty of that. But there are lots of times when police come to women's rescue, and then you go to court or you go to police and say, oh, I'm sorry, he didn't mean to do it, and you waste the police time. So when you call the police the next time, they don't necessarily want to come. So on one hand, it might be the last time that you call the police, but then on the other hand, wasting the police time. I mean, everybody gotta work together to get rid of this problem of violence against women. So please, women, you go through it once. There are lots of entities who've spoken out. Again, two vividly come to my head, which is Marriage, House and Gender Affairs. They want to help. Find a way out. At the end, whether or not you have children, whether or not it's, you know, the person, you're depending on the person for whatever the case is. I know it's easier for all of us to say it than for us to be in the position, but try to get some help. Think of all the other women who've died at the hands of abuse. Time to get out. Men, let me give you the perfect example. And this is how I'm gonna round this up. I know there of a guy, we're acquainted. He's been with this lady for like 5 years, and the child is 3 years. And he recently found out a couple months ago the child is not his. Actually, she is the one who did the paternity test and said, hey, this is not your child, and moved on with the biological father of the child, which is like madness, right? He could have chipped, and that's enough reason to chip. But he walked away. He usually sees the child every now and then at a mutual place, and he goes to give the child stuff because that's the only father that the child knows. Walk away. Honestly, walk away. So here's hoping that this gets somewhere, and you know, we're able to curb this issue of domestic violence. Nobody should stand up. Everybody should stand up against it. Speak up and stand up. See you at another time with another vlog. Hopefully it won't be on this note. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and of course, comment, because this can't be I can't be the only person who is thinking like this, or who is thinking that domestic violence needs to end.